Have you ever wondered how pro players make Warzone look so easy? Meanwhile, you're constantly struggling. Today, we're going to be analyzing gameplay from one of the best Rebirth and Verdansk players out there, Booya, to see how he goes about dropping high kill games and ultimately answer the question, what is the #1 thing that we can learn from how he plays? So we're going to start this off on Rebirth, guys. If you're only interested in Verdansk, go ahead and use the timestamp down below to fast forward to when the Verdansk gameplay begins. Now, he is getting straight into the mix right here. I mean, he's got people all around. He's got multiple teams fighting down below him here. He obviously has a team in Lighthouse. He's got people in prison. And throughout this entire gameplay, guys, there's really two big things that I want to focus on. #1, his decision making. Why does he make the decisions that he does? And ultimately, how does that allow him to have success? And the second thing, which is probably one of the biggest differences between pro players and average players, centering and anticipation. Thinking about where enemies are going to be, putting your crosshairs where you think enemies are going to be, ultimately being ready for that enemy so you can get the first shot off and make gunfights a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Working down below with the Marine, which the Marine's really interesting. Let's see what he does right here. Bop! As I said, the Marine's interesting. As I said, the Marine's interesting. And I think this is really important to note, guys. When you are landing hot, not necessarily if you're landing a little bit quieter in a big building like, you know, the big side of prison or the big side of stronghold. You know, if you are landing like control or in a small building like this, sometimes you don't always have the luxury of choosing the gun that you want and finding a gun you're super comfortable with. So just be aware of the gun you have. If you have a PP919, hey, a little bit easier to use, but not the best TTK. LC10, great TTK. In this case, what we know with the Marine is, hey, the Marine has the ability to one-shot, especially in super close quarters, but there are times where it's also going to be a two-shot. So in this case, guys, if we go for the one-tap and we don't get it and we break that enemy, we just know that we need to hit that follow-up shot to be able to down that enemy, which is exactly what we see here. Bop, one tap right there. You know, this guy's obviously following, one tap, right? So then this last enemy here, he's going to go challenge. Notice he kind of goes away thinking he one-tapped, and the moment that he saw this break right here, hey, we're right back over, and now we're going to go ahead and just tap him again and be able to get that down. Watch it full speed. Watch. He's going to kind of think that he gets the one-tap. Nope, right back. Boom. Right? And now we go check that enemy. Notice, what do we got? Grandma's house. Obviously, a big part of decision-making, guys, is going to be the minimap pings after a kill. That's an easy one. It's going to tell you exactly what your next move is. This guy's still down below. Yeah, look at that centering in anticipation through there. Just ready for that enemy. Make sure he's ready to shoot. Obviously doesn't hit that first shot. A little bit unfortunate there, but is what it is. By the way, guys, if you are looking to get better at Warzone, give me 30 days. Subscribe down below. Watch my videos. I promise you'll become a better player. If not, after 30 days, you can always unsubscribe, but I guarantee you that is not going to happen. One guy flying in left side here. Yeah, this is an interesting decision right here. Let's talk decision making. We obviously see this guy above on minimap. Now, this guy above on minimap, just keep in mind, guys, it could be one level above him. It could be on the rooftop. It could be flying in. It's just somewhere above him. And then he obviously has this guy down below over in Grandma's. But hey, we hear somebody flying in. Take the easy kill. You know, when you hear that parachute, that means 2 plates. He's not full health. And he probably doesn't have a gun. Especially here early game, he's probably flying back in with a pistol. So generally, that's a pretty easy kill that he can get. Nice. Still hear some audio around him here. There's his LC10. Now he's cooking. When you look at, guys, you may not even see this, but watch him clear, right? This is when we talk about centering and anticipation, thinking about where enemies could be, right? He hears a little bit of concrete, so he's just going to check down here. That's it. He's ready for an enemy to be, you know, down here, maybe even on the crate over here. So he's ready for enemies with this LC10. Notice he goes lethal there. Lethals and tacticals, well, lethals are great to use to be able to give yourself that first shot advantage. One guy over here. There it is. First shot advantage. But they could also do a lot more than just one bullet. Right? If you hit somebody with an impact nade, it's more than first shot advantage because he's going to be broken. Right? That's a huge advantage. That's a 150 health advantage. Allows us to easily get that kill. Notice he uses everything. He just throws that down. One guy over there. One guy over there. One guy up top. There's people just everywhere. He's in the mix. He's already at 9 kills here. Where's he getting shot from? Where's he getting shot from? Where'd he get shot from? Uh-oh. Stairs. Dude, did he get shot from the gondola? He had to have gotten shot from the gondola here, right? He had to have gotten shot from the gondola. I don't know where else he could have gotten shot from here. He got shot from by somebody riding the gondola up. And then obviously, guys, he just loses his gunfight because he doesn't have plates. I think he's actually in a pretty good spot to win that gunfight. A little bit unfortunate. Dying's going to happen. You know, he's at 9 kills already here in first circle. Like, he is absolutely cooking. And that's a little bit of the high risk, high reward of landing hot, like prison, grandma's control, is, hey, our goal is to walk out of there with as many kills as possible. He's got a jackal here already. You know, walk out of there with as many kills as possible. And if we die, we die. It is what it is. Now we're already off to a great game. Streamer loot. That's a bag right there. Yeah, one guy up above him. What's he going to do here? He's got no... Because I don't think he has an AR right now. There, that's what he's looking for. He's just looking for a long-range gun to be able to kind of buy him some time to be able to get load out. Okay, look at his patience right here. Just so patient. Oh, no. No. Load out. Good. Yeah. Back off. Now he's got loadout. That's where loadout is always the priority. You know, we see him get off to a really, really good start, and then we focus on that loadout here. Put himself in a better position. Obviously, not only guns-wise, perks, he's running Scavenger, Quick Fix, and Tempered. Great perks for Resurgence. These two allow you to play super, super, super aggressive, and obviously, this third one here solves the cash flow issue, allowing him to get UAVs up, allowing him to regain a little bit easier if he needs to. What's he going? Krieg LC-10. Yep. Mortar strike back behind him, so somebody's mortaring him. Double knock. Now he's playing quads here, so like that doesn't do... Oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate. That's so annoying. And notice he did go self-revive. Prevent against the accidental snipe. You know, he gets sniped with an HDR from who knows where. At least gives him a chance to self-revive, or a PA or something like that. So he knows people are in this building here still. I don't think he got a full kill. Maybe one full kill. There's a re-knock. Kind of surprised he didn't use lethal there. Oh. Basic movement. Watch. Strafing. That's all. Strafing and hip firing, guys. This is a really big one that you can work on that's going to allow you to win more gunfights. Ready? Strafing. Just hip fire. One guy down below him. Bunch of people up top at prison, so he knows this guy's down below. And this is going to be a huge thing that we pay attention to the rest of this game. Always working towards his next fight. Whether it's using weapon pings, whether it's a UAV, whether it's minimap pings after a kill. He's always thinking about, okay, where am I going to next? Where's the next guy that I'm going to challenge from? One guy down below. 2 guys down below here. Probably pushing tunnel if I had to guess. That guy's straight back. What's he do here? Yep. That's just based... Guys, look at the minimap, right? This is just based on minimap here. Okay? So, like, technically, they could be this floor. Technically, they could be bottom floor. I'm going to assume, based on where they are, that they're probably bottom floor. He's also going to make that assumption. Playing patient. Why? 1v2, right? If it's multiple enemies, we got to play patient. We can't just put ourselves... The TTKs... Uh-oh. The TTK is too fast to just full send that. Look, weapon pings. He knows that there's a bunch of fighting up top here. 1. 2. Oh, baby. Look, guys, obviously the execution dynamic is one part of it. I did just do a practice video how to work on your aim and movement. I'll leave that for you at the end of this one here. But... you know, obviously playing a little bit of high ground there. He gets lucky here because his high ground starts because he happens to jump on the gondola. If he's inside the gondola, this fight is definitely a little bit tougher here. But the play that I love is number 1 there. And then ultimately, you know, knowing that there's a guy to his left side, he's going to do this. And then he's going to immediately think about that third enemy, right? A lot of you guys, I think the way you play this is if you're in this situation right here where you get number 1 and you get number 2, you're going to go ahead and thirst this guy, and then your mind immediately goes to, I want to thirst the first enemy that I downed, and you die to enemy number 3. I think this happens to a lot of you guys where you're so focused on getting a full kill that you completely ignore that this enemy is 100% going to be pushing over. How do we know that enemy is going to be pushing over? Because if you were that trio right there, and your first teammate went down and your second teammate went down, what would you do in that situation? You would immediately push over. So we need to use that against people. Obviously, yep. Really good job of using the loadout there as a head glitch, right? We can use loadouts as cover. 2 guys down below. Let's see where his next fight is. He's at 18. It's crazy. He's at 18. Well, I mean, that 3-piece definitely helped. Look at him. What's your thought process there when we see somebody flying in, right? When we see somebody flying in, 2 plates, no gun. Right? 2 plates, or, you know, technically they can have a good gun. C9, there's flying with the compact. You got to keep that in mind, but 2 plates. That guy's 1 shot. Notice he's just chilling for a second, right? Uh-oh. Guy's above, maybe on the head glitch. Caught him pushing. Caught him pushing. That's an aggressive play there, but, like, this is a very predictable play for this guy to push, and Booya's going to catch him off guard. Nice. Obviously, we see the benefit of quick fix here. Where's his next fight? Right on him. Just a little bit of audio there. Guy jumped down. And he's not going to chase. He's got people flying in all around him. Uh-oh, break. No. Is he going to get this off? Use the smoke. Uh-oh. No way he's getting out of this, right? He is. Okay, so 2 things that I really want to highlight for you guys here. Number 1, always be aware of your cover, okay? So in this situation, we hear this guy flying back in, right? So we're going to see this guy over here. When he gets shot in the back, notice what his first thought is. He knows where his cover is, right? He knows that his cover is right here. Now, unfortunately, you know, this guy still has a little bit of an angle here to be able to get Booya down, and that's exactly what he does. But then from here, trust your smoke, okay? I think a lot of you guys either use you either run smokes and you're not using them, or you don't trust them enough. Dare enemies to kill you within the smoke. So we see one guy right here. We obviously see this guy up top here. Now, look, Booya has 2 options right here. Play the smoke. I mean, 3. Play the smoke. He could try to jump down, but again, he's so low health here that he could be in a really bad spot. So play the smoke and get out of the situation, or play the smoke and he dies. And, like, either way, he's fine. He still has loadout up, right? But he's ultimately going to play the smoke. He pushes down. Obviously, the smoke gives us a little bit of cover to plate up. This guy's chasing. Got him. Caught him off guard. 2 enemies above. 3 enemies above. Grabs. Yeah, now we're back. Look, we got out of that situation. Not exactly pretty. We just reset this. Bunch of fighting on the rooftop still. What's your thought process in this moment right here? Let's think about your thought process, and then let's see what Booya does. I mean, guys, I'm thinking cash flow here. So I'm thinking UAV immediately, and I'm thinking self-revive. And technically speaking, we can also pop another UAV. So technically, we have enough for UAV pop, self-revive, 1 guy straight ahead. Sometimes you're just going to run into enemies. Self, UE. He should have bought 1 more for the road there. Why does he push this guy? Why does he, when we look at minimap here, why does he push this guy over here? Easy fight, right? Hey, let's go take the easy one. You know, he's at 21 kills. He's got 8 other teams. We're off to a great game. Let's go take the easy kill here where we don't have to worry about his teammates. And we know that he's going to be rotating out in the open. And we know that we can catch him off guard, right? Anytime we can find those solo players, we're going to absolutely take it. Oh, no. That's a really tough push, guys. This is the toughest situation in Warzone, especially with how fast this TTK is deciding whether we push here. Because the moment that we push, we're completely caught out in the open, and you're just... It's a really tough spot to be. This is the most susceptible position that we can find ourselves in. And because of how fast the TTK is, Booya ultimately gets caught. Is what it is. We go back in. Let's focus on his regain here. You know, dying's going to happen. Currently, he is 22-2. Not a bad game overall, if you ask me. We're flying back in on loadout here. Body around there, so we got to be careful. Going overkill. No, I don't think there's any question about it, the fact that he's going overkill here. And now we just focus on a little reset. Fire sale, so we can get free UAV and we can get, or sorry, we can get a free self-revive and we can get a UAV. Listening for parachutes is so important. When I hear parachute, guys, I do think free kill. You know, yeah, that guy might have a gun, but I have the plate advantage. You know, I have the gun advantage. I'm thinking free kill, to be honest with you. Self, UE, popping big. Good job taking advantage of fire sale here. This is going to give him a long time of an advanced UAV. And the advanced UAV is live. Guys, notice the difference between when he pops this first UAV. Okay, so this is the difference with advanced UAV. This is the biggest difference in my opinion. See how we get the pulse, right? So we get the pulse, we see, you know, we get a pulse, we see. When we pop the advanced UAV, not only do we like, we obviously still get levels, but it's live. See how it's just live where the pulses don't matter because the pings are always there. That's the big difference with an advanced UAV, is it's always there. There's no pulsing that's happening where we have a brief moment on a normal UAV where we lose where that enemy is. On a live UAV, on an advanced UAV, that doesn't happen. Solo player, right? Let's take the solo fight. He knows this guy's up top. Also, advanced UAV shows ghosted players where a normal UAV doesn't. So that's important. Not that many people run ghosts on Resurgence. It does happen. But watch him check second floor here. I mean, that's just unfortunate. And this is just minimap, guys. Watch him work through here. Right? Watch him work through. We're going to anticipate second floor. He's going to anticipate in there. When he's not in there, he knows that he's right behind this door right here. That's such an awkward situation. And then let's see if he works. He should work right towards prison here. Oh, no, he's working towards these guys flying in. What the? Plate. He's got quick fix. Yep. Now he's going to go take that kill. There's kill number 2. Last guy's on his level straight ahead. He's got 26 kills. This guy's down below somewhere. In perfect anticipation. This is where, guys, don't assume because you see an arrow down below that he's inside the building, right? This just, again, it just means that he is down below you. It could be right down below you. It could be one floor down. You can see this guy's down below. And if he's not here, right, then we check the next floor. And if he's not there, then we check the next floor. Where does he work from here? Still has the live UAV up, right? Still has the advanced UAV. The pulses don't matter. It's all about, hey, I literally see people on radar. Is he going to pop? He's got another UAV in pocket. Shout out COD servers, baby. Take that free kill right there. No. Solo player. Joe, in my lobbies, I never get solo kills. What's the biggest thing that he's doing right now? He's keeping people in the blender. That's a big thing that you guys don't do. You don't keep teams in. You give them an opportunity to get back together. Now, there's 2 situations when you give... Oh, there's some stacking happening. No, he broke both. Look at the anticipation. And then we'll circle back to stacking. I want to circle back to stacking in a second. Ready? Watch. Watch how hard. Look at where his crosshairs. Look at when he's aiming in. He's already aimed in, so as soon as he's around this corner, he's ready to start shooting again. That allows him to get that... No way. But he knows where this guy is. Oh, this guy's... Look him stay wide. First shot advantage, right? First shot advantage. Instead of him flying around this corner here, right? Instead of him flying around this corner here and anticipating perfectly, but being in a head-on 50-50 situation where desync happens and crazy things happen, all he's going to do is he's going to use that impact nade. This is going to give him, call it a 50 health advantage, right? And now he's just going to anticipate around the corner. He knows this guy's here based on minimap. Go ahead. He obviously wins that gunfight by about 150 health, but you never know what can happen when we don't have that advantage. So, guys, going back to stacking, a lot of you guys, 2 situations happen. Number 1, you give them an opportunity, meaning you don't execute well when you have them split or when you have an advantage, at which point they get really close together and the fight gets a whole lot tougher. The other one is you don't keep the pressure on. So when we start putting them in the blender, we get a kill, then we challenge the second enemy immediately. Now, all of a sudden, there's 2 enemies left, and those guys, the other guys are having to fly back in. immediately working on the next kill. You know, this guy right here, right? This guy's flying back in, trying to get his load out. He doesn't have any guns. He's low health. You know, we can take advantage of that and keep them in the blender. But the moment that they all land back in, they get load out, they're going to stack up once again. So we got to keep them separated and keep them in the blender and keep that pressure on so that we can easily be able to get those kills and prevent them from 4-stacking again. What do we got here? I did not check minimap right before this. I know there's people around. Buyback. So buyback means there could be 3 over here. What's he going to do? He's going to... Flying in. We're going to take those easy kills. There's somebody shooting at him. Oh, that's a mistake. He's so one-shot. He's so one-shot. Is he going big again? Yep. Big. Big. One more. Big. There's his advanced UAV again. It's live. He's got live UAV, and he's got one more for the pocket. He knows where this guy is. On his level, straight ahead. Ooh, shots were a little shaky there. Yep, lethal tactical. No. Missed opportunity. Now this fight gets tougher. Right? Now Booya knows that this guy's up top here, stuck in this corner. So this is a pretty easy kill right here. This guy has to rotate in. One guy to his left side, 2 guys in factory. I mean, he's in a pretty good spot right here. Oh, this is a 1v4. No, one guy pushing on him. Nice, good shots right there. One guy straight ahead. Yep, this guy is out in the open here. Oh my gosh. Nice. Next enemy, 1v2 situation. No! How did he lose that? How did he lose that? Dude, I don't know how he loses that gunfight. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how he loses that. Maybe low damage areas. That's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, he gets executed. That's unfortunate. I mean, guys, 37 kills right there, and a lot of it is just winning gunfights and then always think about where his next fight is. Let's go ahead and jump into Verdansk. So let's go ahead and jump in here on Verdansk. Now, this gameplay was actually part of a quads kill race tournament. So the goal was very simple. Get as many kills as possible as a squad in a single game, and Booya just absolutely goes off. Now, obviously, landing Superstore, we know that it's going to be hot. We know that people are going to be around here. So the goal is very simple. Get a gun and look for other enemies, which he's got a Craig. He's in a great position to win gunfights here. Look at the weapon pings. On Verdansk, guys, weapon pings is probably the #1 way that you need to be getting information. It's free information for you. So we really want to make sure that we're picking up on that stuff. Oh, we're going to talk about this. This is important. How did he know that these guys were right here? Well, if we pull back to this moment right here, notice that these guys are all above him. But this is where we use the minimap to our advantage to understand where enemies are. Above him means anywhere above him. Could be 2nd floor, could be 3rd floor, could be rooftop, could be flying in. We have no idea, right? They're somewhere above us. But the moment that Booya takes zip, and then we see that arrow switch, and now these guys are down below us, now we know exactly where they are. They're above ground level. They're below the rooftop. We know that these guys are literally right over this direction here, and we can go ahead and third party. Obviously, Swag's going to be able to get a bunch of those kills. Also, notice over to our right side here. So there's 2 things that are happening. #1, we hear shooting. #2, we see the most wanted. So this is probably most likely 2 teams over here by the buy station.
They were literally all in there. There's one guy up.
What do we got here? Look at them. This is going to be a big thing that we focus on throughout this entire gameplay, how he changes his pace. When does he play positioning? When does he play movement? And why? Most wanted over. Swag's got him over to the right side. He still knows that this guy's here. Notice what he just did there, though. Notice he kind of breaks through here, and then he pauses, right? He's just going to pause right here and try to get some information. Now he sees the guy running across, and he doesn't just go challenge this guy head on. All he's going to do is he's going to slide to his cover, right? And a lot of you guys need to work on this dynamic of playing head glitches because it makes you a harder target to hit, but gives you that huge advantage and that huge target to be able to kill that guy.
Nice, we got money, we got money.
Now they're just trying to get load out as fast as possible. You know, prioritizing loadout is such a big thing, guys. It's just a huge advantage when it comes to, you know, your guns, when it comes to your perks, lethals, tacticals. It's just a huge advantage. And the more you can get loadout and the more you can fight with loadout, the better off you're going to be. By the way, guys, if you are looking to get better at Verdansk, just give me 30 days. Subscribe down below, watch my videos. I promise you'll become a better player. If not after 30 days, you can always unsubscribe. I totally get it, but I guarantee you that is not going to happen. Just a fun little thing that I do want to highlight for all of you guys who say, Joe, he's playing on 3 ping. He's playing on 78 ping here. Okay, so he's going to drop 37 kills playing on 78 ping. One guy flying to his left side. Obviously, we start this game based on information. Now, let's make an educated guess here. We see a bunch of guys above us. Where do we think those guys are going to be? Let's make an educated guess here. These guys are probably going to be rooftop.
Just watching this.
20 in the bus.
20 in the bus. 20 in the bus is not with Booya. 20 in the butt. These guys jump down.
20 in that bitch, man.
One guy flying in. Oh my gosh. By the way, once again, we just see the minimap flip. Watch the minimap flip. See? Above, above, above. We're seeing all this stuff above, right? And then we're going to see it actually flip. I think it flips right there, but it definitely flips right here. And this is where it's not always important to just look at the first ping and go, okay, I'm going to push this direction. This is where it's really important to use those pings every 3 seconds to understand where enemies are going to be. I don't know what is happening. Oh, they were dropping cash. This is a full squad of 4. He also has Jay Smooth with him.
One more on the buy. One more on the buy, Jay.
One more on the buy, Jay. Are they leaving this guy alive or are they wiping? Probably going to wipe. Yeah, this should be a pretty easy kill right here. Easy anticipation right there. We got another. They have enough for another UAV. What's he grabbing? Bounty? Yeah, bounty for information cash flow. You know, when you talk about these, obviously, guys, this pacing is not something that we're going to be playing at, right? But I want to focus on how do we find people? How do we approach fights? When do we play positioning? When do we play movement? Ultimately helping you take some little things away. But here, guys, bounty contract. He's already working that way. Obviously, Jay Smooth is going to go ahead and pop this UAV here. He sees the solo fight to his left side, most likely. Yeah, should be most likely a solo player. He's got solo player to his right side as well. No, he sees, yeah, full team. That's multiple enemies. Now, here's my question. Is this 1 team or 2 teams? Meaning, is what I'm thinking about in this moment is this bounty working back to his squad? Or is this bounty about to get absolutely obliterated by another team that's in this little building to our right side? That we have no idea. We've got to be thinking that this is 2 teams here. And then adjust if it's only 1. But going back to bounty, guys, obviously gave Booya the information. And he's going to get the kill. He's going to get cash flow again so they can keep UAVs up. And look at the squads back together. Uh-oh. There's people everywhere here. What the heck? Is he running a launcher in his secondary? Is he going to leave this or is he staying?
No, he wasn't. I was driving us straight to the door, bro.
Uh-oh. Is he backing off? He might back out of this. If he backs out of this, that's not a bad play. Notice how much positioning he's playing right here, right? He's not just pushing in. He's trying to find the angle. He's just trying to play some cover. But where can he go here if he gets shot? He breaks the line of sight, right? He knows that he has a little bit of high ground here. He has that cover. Dude, he just can't get the angle on these guys. He might be dead here. He's dead. He probably should have left that before, guys, but it is what it is. He's going to drop a 37, 38 kill game here. Let's go ahead and see Gulag strategy. Get into Gulag. Here we go. First thing I notice, obviously, we have block in the middle. Got our little gap, and then we've got block center, right? So those are the things you want to be paying attention to. He probably should have left that fight and just let it be. Oh, that's just straight execution there. That's just straight up execution. Really good player right there. Obviously, challenged hard around that corner. Where are we going? Where are we going? Is Booya going right back to his stuff? Booya's going back to his stuff like a maniac, is he? Where?
Yeah, that whole team that y'all fought is like...
So his stuff's still here? Dude, why is he running the launcher? Where are these guys? Or did they rotate over? Is that why he landed there? They might have rotated over. Yeah, building straight ahead here. If Booya plays high ground on this building, he might actually be able to find the angle on green. But again, weapon pings, right? That's the information that we see right there. Weapon pings, weapon pings, weapon pings. If you guys focus on getting loadout more and acting on weapon pings a little bit more, I guarantee you guys will start to pick up on more information. You'll start to be able to get more kills and have more success. Obviously, we see flare right here, right? So we just want to be paying attention to that. Recon flares and buyback flares are really, really easy pieces of information that we can act on. They're super high in the sky, too, so they're really easy to see.
We have to. They're gonna kill the lobby.
So this is definitely an aggressive play. I don't know if you guys heard what he just said. He said we have to kill this team. They're going to kill the lobby. So they're in a kill race tournament where they have to get as many kills as possible. They have to take out this team, this super sweat squad, or else this super sweat squad is just going to eliminate a bunch of other teams in the lobby, and obviously they're not going to have as much kill potential.
Where roof?
Roof.
It's 2 more roof. It's 2
Oh
more
my
roof.
gosh.
2 more roof. 2 more. It's 2 different teams, bro.
I want to see how they play this. Pushing across. Oh my gosh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, a bunch of people still rooftop here. He's going to take zip. Yeah, just knowing which side the zips are on is important. No. It's going back up. Dude,
Four up there watching it.
this is insane. There are just people everywhere. He's going to finally go get a kill. He just needs to get a kill under his belt, get some loot, get some AR ammo, get some plates, get some stuff like that, reset a little bit. Also some confidence back, right? We start to get, these situations when people are on these rooftop stuff, we get frustrated, right? Sometimes we just need an easy kill to kind of reset everything. Oh my gosh, I thought that was an enemy. PA incoming. How are they going to fight this? Buyback. There's one. No way. Yeah, he knew that guy was going to peek. Is Swag going? Swag's got to go.
Should only be 2 left.
Swag's got to go. One right there. Nice. One more around the corner. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there should be another.
The number one thing that I want you to take away from that fight is it took forever, right? That fight took forever. But they're able to get a bunch of kills out of it, and ultimately they're still going to drop a. It's still first circle here. They're still going to drop a crazy high kill game, even though that fight took forever, and they all died from that team, or maybe it was a different team, but they all died in that situation. They all died over at silos. They're still in a really good position. Obviously, they need to focus a lot on cash flow right here to make sure that they can get each other up and pop UAVs. But I think a big thing there is like fights don't have to be as fast as Rebirth. They can take a little bit longer. We can play a little bit more positioning, play a little bit more strategic. As long as we can kind of keep that pressure on, we're constantly working that fight forward. That's totally okay.
That's another team.
Team back up over on hotel building over there. And they're getting mortared, so that means another team also knows they're there. There's probably 2 teams over this way.
They just popped a UE.
They're rolling a little bit backwards.
Popped a UE. Notice red outline on the mini-map. Right, that's just a big thing you could. That means somebody knows where they are. Look at the weapon pings. Right, look at the weapon pings right here, over by the buy station in this little house. So that's probably team number 2. Look at the weapon pings.
Oh, now they know we're right there.
Swag's up. Booya's going down low. Why is Booya going down low?
Come top.
Why is Booya going down low?
Going up.
Weapon pings, right? I think this weapon ping, if I can see it, is actually on his level. So that's important. That's important information. You can't just assume they're up top. We see the weapon ping down below. Weapon ping down below over to his right side. Oh my gosh, Booya. Booya!
That's the sweat team.
Sweat team. 2 things. We know we need to get him out. We know we need to lock it in.
At least one is.
I don't hear anything.
Lock it in and get him out. At least in a kill race perspective, guys. If you're fighting a super sweat squad like this, you could just leave. You could just leave them.
That
guy's one-ing.
This is one of the sweats by me.
This is one-ing. This guy's one-ing.
Go for the reds. Go for the reds. 20 dead. Down, dead.
Booya's like trying. Oh, he heard him. Where?
One more down there, I think. Yeah, one more is in here on the stairwell.
Oh my gosh. Booya was dead there. If that guy didn't, if that guy had plates, Booya was dead there. Why is Booya not grabbing an SMG? I know the launcher's good. I would love to know his thought process. Yo, Owen, that was not the play. That was not the play. Are they going Yui? It should be Yui here. It should be Yui here. I'm also kind of surprised he's not grabbing Heartbeat, right? Just for any information. Watch him take high ground and then fly, right? Don't rotate on foot. High ground and fly. Uh-oh.
already.
No, one over to your right
Oh,
side.
dead. No, what the f is this guy doing?
That's tough. Ghosted.
Bro.
Zipped up, zipped up, zipped up.
He's
zipped up.
ghosted, he's ghosted.
He's ghosted. Yeah, this is where cash flow is so important because they're going to be able to get Booya back pretty easily right here.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, Booya's back. Going to go grab loadout. 14-2 thus far, guys, is what it is. You know, dying's part of it, but I think when it's when you focus on that cash, a big area that a lot of you guys struggle is not being able to buy teammates back. You know, because you're struggling with that cash flow dynamic, because, you know, you're not actually getting any kills or anything. You're not replenishing your cash. You're not able to buy teammates back, and then it's a looting circus, and you're trying to loot up to be able to get your teammates back, and you're in a really bad spot.
That guy's not.
I'm climbing up. I'm climbing up.
Working based on information. He knows that truck's over here. He also knows buyback over to his right side. So he's pinched right now. He's got to be really, really careful.
They just res towers too.
Man, he just can't quite get that down. Why did he not push in there? Why did he not push in?
For three, for three.
3-3-3. He can tell from up here that it's 3 enemies. So when they get out in this truck right here, when they're outside, they get out right there, he knows it's 3 enemies, which means when he breaks that enemy right there, they can't just go push in. Right? So those are the little things that we really, really need to pick up on and say, oh, I know that's 3 enemies there. I've got to play this like it's 3. If it's a 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, or a 1v, we're not sure. We've got to play positioning. If it's a 1v1 fight and we know 100% it's a 1v1 fight, we can go ahead and be a little bit more aggressive. Nice. Good centering and anticipation right there. That's his downside of not running an SMG. That's the thing I don't understand. I don't understand why he's not running LC10 here or something. Like for that close quarter situation.
No, he's in here, in here.
He get advance.
To get advanced. Booya bought plates there. Smart play. They're all fighting around. High ground, right? Play positioning. He knows that this guy's top of this building over here. No way he gets that kill if he doesn't take high ground.
I killed the guy on the tower.
There's no way that he gets that kill. Oh my gosh.
Sniping across. Zip, 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 zip. Hit the zip. He's 20 up there.
Zip, 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 zip. Look at the comms. Right? Take zip, take zip. You know it's 1 because it's an advanced UAV. There you go, Booya. Bunch of people across here. Yeah, they're going to go. Now they're picking up pacing. Now they're going to really start to pick up this pace here. Put pressure on enemies. Take any solo fight they find. Is Booya going to split here? He might. Where's Booya going? This lobby's a decent lobby, too. This isn't exactly like... This is not a bot lobby. You know, I'm sure this is a wide range of people, but... Look at full team over here. Yeah, watch up top. Where's this guy down low? Look at the pre-fire. Booya has wall hacks, right? No, you can literally see it on radar. You can see this guy down below. When you see this guy down below and you drive your car straight up here, you know, yeah, 100%, this guy should have played positioning. He should have played high ground. But this is the play that people make. People don't do that. People play down low and obviously put themselves in a tough spot. Booya shoots through there. Oh, man, a little bit of strafing right there. Obviously a tough gunfight, but we're able to win that. Get back in the car and go. Oh, one guy over here. One guy. Actually, multiple guys over here. Oh, no. Challenge. Yeah. Straight ahead here first. We know there's a solo player here, and then we know there's multiple enemies over in police. How do we know? Previous information, right? So this is where we talk about Verdansk and that information dynamic. Remembering and kind of seeing this and saying, okay, mentally, I know I have my solo fight here. I know that these guys can absolutely work their way over, but I also know that once I kill this guy here, I can focus on police and be able to go get those kills. Did he kill this guy in here? No. You can see he's just clearing through. Oh, no. No. So much. He's just doing so much damage here. He's not quite able to get these downs. High ground. Nice. Good shots. Notice the full kill dynamic. You know, really making sure he's taking people. Oh, my gosh. Really making sure that he's taking those enemies out of fights and that he gets the full kill. Again, kill race, get as many kills as possible. You know, making sure he's taking that self-revive dynamic out of play. One of the toughest spots, and this goes for you and enemies fighting you, but also you fighting enemies. When you don't get a full kill, and you're unsure, does he have self-revive? Are they going to revive? What are they going to do? You start to really have to make decisions. Do I push in? Do I not push in? What do I do here? You know, of course, if we get it down and we don't get the full kill and he might have self.
Wait, they have double car.
Oh my gosh. Let me pause real quick. If you get it down and you don't get the thirst, right now, all of a sudden you're thinking like, okay, do I go push in? Do I find the angle here? Of course, those enemy teammates are working over because that guy went down and the fight gets a whole lot tougher. When we full kill somebody, they're out of the fight. Now we have a little bit more of an advantage. And then from there, you know, we can figure out what to do next.
Holy.
This is crazy. Advanced UAV, right? There's no pings. We see this guy on our level pushing our direction. Now, it's a pretty easy one right there.
Just give me a sec. I'm getting to the zip.
There's a ghosty guy. There's a ghosty guy to your right.
That's a pretty obvious play for these guys to look.
They're so weak top, bro. They're so weak top. So weak top. Nice.
Can he get full? Can he get? Yeah, he gets revived. He's got 23 already here. He's got 23 already. That's a pretty obvious play for those guys to look over because you just killed his teammate, right? So this is where we can't hyper focus on just one kill. Got to also worry about his teammates, which we knew were above. They just happen to C4 that. Big game bounty averted.
Oh, we have to pick them up too.
Where are we going from here? I mean, look at the cash flow, guys. $50,000. They've got plenty of money for buybacks. They can buy another loadout if they need to. They can buy UAVs. They can get advanced UAVs up. I will say, when you get loadout and focus on cash flow, this game will become a whole lot easier. And we consistently see it with pro players in these high kill games. When you get loadout and you are go, that's what he's saying. Go, let's go. When you get loadout and you're able to get information, this game becomes a whole lot easier for you because you understand where enemies are, you understand where the easy fights are, you understand how to keep pressure, you understand where the third party can come from, you understand where to rotate to. You know, it just paints a very clear picture of what's going on. Yet it's an area a lot of you guys struggle. 23 kills. Where are we going here?
You don't need a pop. You don't need a pop. We should go kill TV, honestly. Blue's a fucking nasty guy.
Swag right now is coming. Where to go?
RPG for that, though.
I mean, there's 5 not. Go to it. No, go to it. Go TV. Go TV.
Look at this solo player to the left side, right? And then we got a full team up above. So obviously 2 teams. We got full team up above, and we have this guy right here. That should be a very easy kill. That should be, but look at, oh my gosh, we're flashed. Look at minimap, right? Watch these guys, just watch minimap here. Just literally watch minimap.
He's broken.
So you're fighting these guys, but look at what's happening, right? These guys are all starting to converge and starting to look at you guys, which we can use against them. Because 99% of the time, guys, these enemies right here don't know that you know where they are. Right? Does that make sense? They don't know that we have an advanced UAV up.
20, dead.
Nice.
On the right,
number
on the
1.
right.
Number 2.
Down on the right.
Nice. I'm gonna go hit the zip. Just give me a second.
Oh, man. Zip on the backside. There's zips around here that we should be using. Swag's getting zip. We can obviously see the advanced. Oh, my gosh. What are these? What's going on?
Back up. Airstrike.
These guys PA themselves. They're still up top.
You guys should climb up, bro.
No, we got airstrike. We got airstrike, bro.
I know. You're fine. You're up now. You're up.
I'm up.
Here we go. Quick 4.
They're looking at me. They're all looking at me.
1.
Got 1.
Top.
Yep. That's, I mean, 2. This should be
Something
it.
up top. Something up top.
Swag. Booya's like, how do I get this full kill? There it is. Take heli. Booya's pacing is just go.
I'm going blue. I'm going blue.
He's just going. How does he know that there were people blue? Once again, right? They made the decision to push top TV, but they gave up blue. They gave up this, right, to go push up top here. But you've got to remember this because it's going to tell you where that next rotation is. They immediately know, hey, let's go blue here. We know that there's people over here. Do we know where? No, we don't know exactly where, but we know that we can rotate over this direction and then figure it out.
Oh my God, close on you.
UAV. You know, one guy down below. Yep. Booya. Booya in a kill race tournament is running the HE1C. Why? I need to know. I have to ask him. I've got to ask him. Where are we going from here? Second floor? Yep. Nice shots. I mean, obviously execution, guys, is another level. Like I said, guys, earlier, if you are looking to get better Warzone, just give me 30 days. Subscribe down below. Watch my videos. I promise I'm just here to help you and your squad get better. And you should probably send this to your teammates as well. Yeah, they're just taking note of where people are.
Wait, did he die?
They don't really have a car or vehicle. Oh, there's your vehicle. There's your ATV.
You guys take
Is
the car
Booya
left,
just
take the car
going?
on the left.
Yeah, Booya said take the Polaris. Take the car on the left. Car on the left. Rotate quickly. Figure out solo player up top. Oh my gosh. Booya circling back. What a good squad, mate. Dead. Dead. Let's keep rocking. Where's next? Probably right side here. I mean, somebody's got to ping for Booya. Booya can't look here. Yeah, somebody's got to ping it for Booya and say, hey, let's go this way. If you guys are using a car, make sure the passenger is saying, hey, go here. Right? This is where we want to go. It can't be the driver. Positioning here. Watch. Head glitch. Look at the head glitch, man. Look at him play off that. Look at him play. Look at him just playing his cover. Watch the left side here.
I did.
Notice this, though. How many of you guys pick up on him using his cover right here? So he knows right now that he's got an enemy to his left side that he's got to worry about. So what does he do? He's got the wall to his left side. He's got this wall that he can use to his advantage to give him that line of sight, to break that line of sight and put him in a really good position. Now he focuses on this enemy right here. He's got cover, right? Positioning, we do ideally want high ground at times, but we don't always have to have it. Oh my gosh. Dude, he swaps to that HE1C and just boom. Immediately working next team. Immediately working to that next team. Yeah, reload that HE1. Reload that puppy. Get ready to use it in the building. Obviously, you see what a big advantage Tracker is, guys, when it comes to the team dynamic.
Another one, Jay. Another one.
Good shots, man. Also, guys, when you notice right here, caught out in the open, just basic strafing. Watch the left and right. Left, right, left. Just a little bit of strafing right there. You know, and notice it's... I've been getting this question a lot, like, Joe, how do you strafe? You know, don't go super quick. You also don't want to necessarily go super long, right? We kind of see that balance there of, like, a little bit left, a little bit right. He's got 29 with 35 limbs. Good team shotting. $9,000. Still 8 teams left here, so they should go pop Yui.
In this building, Chris.
Or they have $40,000 here, actually, as a squad. Nice, 2. 3.
Can you fight?
These guys are beefing. Booya's like, can you get in here and do something with me?
Oh, you were fucking wide the whole...
Everybody's ass.
But he has good positioning here. That's the thing. Right? Here's the crazy part. He's caught out in the open, but he is one slide away at any point in time from breaking this line of sight. Right? He can easily, or he can push in here. He obviously could break this way. Like, he's never far from breaking that line of sight. So, like, there's number 1. You can see, like, there's number 2. You can even see, like, this guy. Watch how easy he breaks this line of sight here. Right? Line of sight's broken right there. That's it. That's all. That's the difference right there.
The whole joint?
Everybody's ass.
Oh, Jay Smooth and Santana disconnected. That's the problem.
They're not bad.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Is
he gonna grab that sniper?
Oh, fuck. We can't res them, though.
Yeah, they are in a really tough position. Are they going to rotate hard right here? They should rotate hard left.
To my right. They just landed by the buy.
They just landed by the buy. So any information, good live ping right there. Nice.
Playing that house, Booya. Playing that house.
He is unsuppressed, right? So, I know. Okay, so I know why he's running the... He's going 8 attachment Craig here, which is why he has the HE1. I don't understand why he runs the HE1 over something like the Grukova or... I mean, maybe it's just because he thinks it's better. It technically one-shots people and does a ton of damage, so maybe it's just a better option. Yeah, they need to team shot this. Obviously, you see that Booya does not have tracker.
I'm rough. I knocked so many armors.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I feel like I should do a video on this HE1. I feel like I should do a video on this HE1.
We're off again. We're getting killed.
People up top straight ahead. Weapon pings. They obviously just see that it's multiple. They've got to be careful here because they are last 2 alive. Swag's just frying right now, too. Self. Yep. Let's just watch this one out here. I mean, this is a...
Specialist.
Yeah, 35 kills. What are they in here? Little 2v3 situation, 2v1v1.
Just mortared in front of me.
No, 2v2v1. 2v2v1.
I'm gonna have bird's eye.
Yeah, he's gonna have bird's eye
it's
because
one
of
team,
specialist.
two guys.
There's the 2v2. Yep.
They both on the same mark?
Yeah, both on each other. Yeah.
So one of these guys has ghost, so Swag can't see both of them. Booya can because Booya has specialist, which gives him bird's eye.
You're not hitting it. Both 20, both 20.
Both 20, both 20. There's one. Second guy to the left. Man, what a good game all the way around. Oh, 46 eliminations. That's a lot of team chatting. 121 eliminations, guys. 44,000 damage, 88 kills. You see just how much team shouting they do throughout that entire game. But I think the biggest thing is like loadout, right? Loadout early and just information. That should always be the trajectory. You should always focus on getting loadout and then start going based off of information. The more information we have, the better off we're going to be, especially information within gunfights. It's one thing to get information to know where to rotate to and then kind of push from there. But what we really saw throughout this entire game was they just constantly had information throughout the entire gunfight, right? Throughout the entire fight at TV, throughout the entire fight at Blue, they just always had information up, which makes it a whole lot easier. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.